can't believe it myself. Suddenly I'm up on top of the world. It should have been somebody else. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. Just like the light of a new day, hit me from out of the blue, breaking me out of the spell I was in, making all of my wishes come true. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me.
Going where I shouldn't go, seeing who I shouldn't see, doing what I shouldn't do, being who I shouldn't be. A little voice told me it's all wrong, another voice told me it's all right. I used to think that I was strong, but lately I just lost the fight. It's funny how falling feels like flying for a little while. It's funny how falling feels like flying for a little while. I got tired of being good, I started listening and I'm feeling free. Stopped acting like I thought I should, and went on back to being me. I never meant to hurt no one, I just had to have my way. If there's such a thing as too much fun, this must be the price you pay. Funny how falling feels like flying for a little while. Funny how falling feels like flying for a little while. You never see it coming till it's gone. It all happens for a reason, even when it's wrong. Especially when it's wrong. Funny how falling feels like flying for a little while. Funny how falling feels like flying for a little while. I was going where I shouldn't go, seeing who I shouldn't see, doing what I shouldn't do, and being who I shouldn't be.
Are you gonna bark all day, little doggy? Or are you gonna bite?
What have you done? Where are we?
Greetings from the Humongous, the Lord Humongous, the warrior of the wasteland, the Ayatollah of rock and roller!
You've got a real attitude problem, McFly. You're a slacker. I am gravely disappointed.
Thomas, keep the gun on him. He's definitely a criminal.
From the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and yesterday, it's the real Retro Radio Live.
Take your stinking paws off me, you dirty ape!
Be prepared. We're in modulation mode. Get ready for takeoff.
Yup. I'm Erik Danger 9 Heist.
And
what?
That's better. And I'm Jax.
Jackie Gator, the jackhammer. You know what? You know why? You know why? Do you even know why?
I have no idea. Tell me why.
Okay, I'm having a wow couple days. First of all, we came in at number 6 today.
That's awesome.
Yup.
And that's worldwide.
That's global. Yeah. 131 overall. So if you look at every podcast or radio show network, like
they like us. They really like
us.
They
really like us. and there's 25,000 contracted podcasters on iHeart alone. We came in at 131.
That's epic.
I don't ever think, because I don't think when I was number 1 that they had as many. Well, definitely didn't have as many genres.
It was newer and
like I was one of the first guys coming out of the gate. I was the only one that was live. And believe it or not, in my genre, there was a show in the UK called My Dad's Army Podcast.
Okay.
And they were number 1 forever. And it was about British television shows. I think I never really listened to it, but I kept seeing it every day.
It sounds interesting.
Yeah, I'm a big analytics guy, so I want to go through the numbers. Let's go through the numbers right quick. Coming in
it's too early for math.
Late. Oh no, my math's gonna math. Coming in at number 1, the Danny Provenzano interview.
That's
at 2.8 million listeners.
I'm still getting people telling me how epic that was.
Yup. At number 2, Cindy Snow.
Awesome, and we had her too.
Absolutely. And number 3, Teddy Hart.
Awesome.
Yeah, and Teddy Hart called me last night and goes, "Hey man, what are you doing?" And I'm just like, no, nothing. And I really want to see him do his own thing. I want to see everybody do their own thing and prosper off of this.
Yeah.
Everybody we talk to's got so many stories. And I'll tell you, I just got so much going on that my head's spinning. So that's what I woke up to this morning. And the first thing it's like I said, everything's gone off the charts. And if you haven't heard the Danny Pro interview, it's on the website. Go to retroradiolive.com. But with that being said, I'm excited about this. And I saw this on Danny's Instagram. They're doing a Sopranos sit down. 3 huge names, right, from the Sopranos. And it's hosted by the Boston Guido, and it's produced by this really cool guy named Erik Caggiano. And then we're going to get Erik on the show next week. He's one half of the Cannabis Kings. He's hooked up with a Marley.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, and they developed this thing called like a sports cannabis to help athletes.
Right.
But he's doing this sit-down thing in Bonita Springs, Florida, Monday, March 3rd at this place called Enzo's. And I looked at their menu. Epic real Italian food. And if you don't know, you can go to certain places like Florida, you can come to Vegas, you know, but there's nothing like East Coast Italian. You know,
exactly.
Your husband makes pizzas, but he's a chef.
Right.
And you know New York Italian is New York Italian.
Yeah, and I tell them all the time, I know you have the New York water maker and you make a great pizza. They're phenomenal. However, they're not New York pizza.
Right.
It's just not.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and also the bagel place up on Lake Mead. I brought Taylor ham, egg, and cheese on garlic bagels, and those guys are from Morristown. How was that?
Really good. Very close to real. I'm so East Coast.
Listen, it's the smell of the place. It's the feel of the place. It's, you know what I mean? It's not just finding it in the middle of nowhere. It's the fact that where it comes from.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I got to tell you about this thing that Caggiano's doing. So it's a 3-course meal with the cast of The Sopranos, right? Danny Provenzano's going to be there. And he's got 3 actors from The Sopranos. They're all upper echelons. And I can't say who they are because, I don't want to
Reasons.
Right. But you can get tickets in advance, and I'll post the QR code on the Retro Radio Live under live events. But I'm telling you, all 3 of these people from The Sopranos are hard to get autographs.
Right.
I know Johnny Sack's going to be there. You know what? I'm not going to spill the beans yet. But Danny Provenzano is going to be there. It's being hosted by the Boston Guido. It's produced by Erik Caggiano, and it's at Enzo's in. Let me pull the address up. For everybody. It's at Enzo's Italian Restaurant and Bar, and it's at 4351 Bonita Beach Road in Southwest Bonita Beach or Bonita. Okay, let me start over. It's March 3rd. Enzo's Italian Restaurant and Bar, 3 Sopranos, the Boston Guido, Danny Provenzano, a couple special guests, and it's at 4351 Bonita Beach Road, Southwest in Bonita Springs, Florida. It's $160. It's a 3-course meal, live Q&A, meet and greet, and you can get pics with the cast and autograph posters and all these cool things.
Right.
And I'm telling you, there's a surprise. I was happy to find out. I'm not a bean spiller. I'll let Erik spill the beans when he comes on the show next week to talk about this event. But at $160 a head for a Monday night, you get to hang out with Sopranos and do a sit-down dinner. Forget about it. Where else are you going to do this? So check out RetroRadioLive.com. Check out the Facebook. I'll put up as many links as I can. Listen to the Danny Provenzano interview. It's still blowing me away.
It sounds like being in an actual scene or in real life, even a sit-down dinner with the Sopranos.
It really is. It really is. And I'll tell you, I know they got John Bianca, and I'll just say, they got Vincent Cortola, who played Johnny Sack.
Okay.
But there's something special going on that I can't talk about right now. You capiche? So when we come back, you're going to be telling us what's going on, right?
Yep.
All right, right back.
iHeartRadio just got even better with services and features no one else has. Real live radio and your music in one app. Plus, you can now get unlimited skips. Play any song. Instantly replay or add songs directly to your playlist that you hear on the radio. Even take your music offline and listen data-free. There's nothing else like it. Open the app or download it now. The new and improved iHeartRadio. Get it today.
I was getting my taxes done, and the tax guy's wife is an astrologist. And I asked her a question. She said, I'm going to do a star chart on you. She said, go do your taxes. So I came out, and she was holding up a sheet of paper. Had a big circle in it. Had all these pieces of pie. And she became very excited. She said, look at this. Look at this. If somebody's going to be famous, they're going to have they're going to have 1 or 2 of their rising signs or something in 1 or 2 of these pieces of pie. All of yours are in that. You should be famous in so many areas. But there's a dark cloud over you. But it's going away. Whoa. She said, you want to keep this paper? I said, yeah. I got this song from that. I'll wait for the sun come rising through the dark. I know tomorrow can't be as bad as today. At least I pray. Some days are just better. At least I heard them say. Sometimes it's almost over. I wait another day. waiting for that sun to burn on through this gloom, 'cause tomorrow can't come along too soon. Been waiting for tomorrow too long, too many days. They said my dark cloud would drift away. I'm waiting for that sun to burn its hole through this dark room. If it's the same, then I'll wait till tomorrow. Been waiting for tomorrow too long, too many days. They said my dark cloud would drift away, and I've been praying from day one for that light to shine on through, for that light to be the sun. My days to be brand new. I sit waiting for tomorrow too long, too many days. I sit waiting for that sun to burn a hole through this dark room. If it's the same, then I'll wait till tomorrow.
What's going on? No, well, you know what? I as many times as I say that, like we should just play the song or play a clip from it as like your intro. What's going? And I think about Cuba Gooding Jr. singing it during Jerry Maguire during the wedding with Jerry and Renee Zellweger's character.
Right.
It's very funny. So what is going on?
Where should I start? Okay, Whiskey a Go-Go on Sunset Boulevard
in Los Angeles.
We have a few things going on. The 13th, we have the Queers.
Yeah, and it's so funny when you brought it up, I kind of remembered them like right off the rip, and I'm like, they're a punk band, like from back when.
Yeah, I did listen to them, and they give off that Devo vibe.
Yeah, they did, right?
Yeah.
Good. So I'm glad they haven't changed. I mean, yes, people grow, people do, but like, and I'll give you an example as a punk band that completely changed. Like, SSD Control was a punk band that came out of Los Angeles back in the day. And they went from punk to hair band. I know. So anyway, I'm glad to see that they're keeping to their roots. Keep it simple, stupid.
Right. And Saturday the 14th, we have Jim Morrison celebration, which of course is not the real Jim Morrison. But
he's still dead, right?
Yeah, he's still dead.
Still dead.
I
right.
checked. He didn't come back.
Oh,
although if anyone could, he might.
Yes, and speaking of dead, I'm not dead.
That's right. Yeah, I read that.
Weird.
And I even commented, rest in peace.
Right? Yes, people, I am not dead. There's something going on around on Facebook saying that,
Yeah,
you know.
I read that as you stubbed your toe. And
well, I'm on life support.
Yeah.
And then I got taken off. I'm following the whole story, and I'm all like, wow.
That sucks. Like,
But you know what?
Did I die in pain?
Died with a smile on my face. Right, Mindy Christensen? That's too funny. Because Mindy's like, how did you die? And I'm like, I died with a smile on my face knowing me. But the good thing is that people weren't bad-mouthing me. Like, hey, that prick, you know what I mean?
Good riddance.
You know, that guy. You know what I mean? No,
you still owe me $1. I want my $1.
I want my $2.
Yeah.
You and me.
Yeah.
So what else we got?
Then we have the 15th. We have Ore Band. Again, another one I need to look into.
Yeah. I mean, if you know who they are, you know who they are.
Right. And then switching to Vegas, we have Friday the 13th. We have Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Yeah.
Right. Love Joan Jett. And it's funny because, Paul, my Paulie, big shout out to Paulie and his wife.
Hi, Paulie and wife.
And don't forget, Katharina's got that book on the Lamb.
Right.
But I was cast in a movie with her, and Paulie's in it, and Chuck Zito's in it. I didn't get a chance to be in it, but she's rock legend.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, and I'm not going to say either or, but I'm pretty sure she's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I'll have to look that up and bring it up next time.
Yeah, and she has never signed to a major label. She's always had Blackheart Records.
And I respect that.
Respect it?
Absolutely.
I worship the ground she walks on.
Yeah. And again, that is at the House of Blues Music Hall.
Where's that, Vegas or L.A.?
That's Vegas.
Okay,
It's
Vegas.
all on the Strip.
Okay.
And at the bar and restaurant, we have Outlaw Duo.
Oh, did you see that thing I sent you? Diana Ross is coming on Valentine's Day.
I didn't. I saw it.
Yeah, look, check your messenger. I sent. It just popped up yesterday. These people need to know how to do marketing.
Yeah.
Diana Ross is playing Las Vegas on Valentine's Day.
There should have been way more marketing. That should have popped up in my what's happening and what to do.
And then March 3rd, March 10th. I think March 10th, was it Don Dawkins going to be at the Golden Nugget?
I'll get to that one.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
he is
Yeah.
coming, but
Okay.
that's further down.
All right. I'll wait. I'm just getting excited.
On February 14th, if you follow the LGBTQ ABCD, whatever those letters are.
Don't forget the F and the G's.
Exactly. We have a drag brunch, which sounds kind of fun. If you've watched RuPaul's Drag Race at all, it's cast members from the Drag Race.
Oh, wow.
And a brunching and
Nice.
meet and greet and eat with and all that. It
Awesome.
sounds fun.
Hey, listen, if that's your thing, go nutty nuts.
It's not per se my thing, but I go just because I get a kick out of RuPaul's Drag Race and how he seems to be Benjamin Button. He's aging backwards.
Well, you know what? I mean, if
Botox is a hell of a thing.
Ozempic. If you wanted me to go, you'd have to drag me there.
Oh, I see what you did there.
You like that?
Not bad, not bad. But yeah, if you follow the LGBTQ whatever crowd,
yes,
or RuPaul's Drag Race, that sounds like a thing to do for Valentine's Day.
Yep.
Take your boyfriend, girlfriend, or boyfriend's girlfriend, or whatever. Have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Take
we
your
have
boyfriend, girlfriend. Yep. Take your mom.
Yeah.
You
never know.
You never know.
We don't judge.
Right. Take your Aunt Teresa. Right, Teresa?
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're good. I'm just clearing my throat.
I'm feeling a little verklempt.
I got verklempt, yeah.
Talk amongst yourselves.
We have at the Sphere, we have the Eagles.
Yeah. Oh my God. Somebody had said, I guess I'm part of the SiriusXM Hair Nation. And
You think?
And somebody had said in one of the groupings, without saying what town you're from or what state you're from, list some bands. And I said Pharaoh, Danger, Trickster,
Bruce Springsteen.
Well, I didn't say Bruce. I said Misfits,
No.
Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
And then somebody had said Joe Walsh, Foreigner, and I'm like, Joe Walsh is from Montclair, New Jersey. Like 100%.
Yeah. That's like trying to say Whitney Houston was from L.A.
No, West Orange.
Yeah, I know, but I hear people all the time talking about L.A. misses her.
And I'm yeah, they probably do.
But that's not where she's from.
But let me clear it up for the West Orange folks. She wasn't just from West Orange. She was from Llewellyn Park.
Oh.
And if you don't know Llewellyn Park, it was the private residence.
Yeah, that was a little
Thomas
more.
Edison.
That's like the difference between Montclair and Upper Montclair.
Absolutely.
You know, that's the difference.
Or the difference between Wildwood and Wildwood Crest.
Whatever. And then now, where'd my mic go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Now, it went out for a second. I hear me. Do you hear me?
I go to too well.
Whatever.
And whatnot and vice versa. So, no, I'm excited. Come on.
We have Dockin coming February 20th.
In my dreams, you still remain.
And, yeah, that sounds really exciting.
Listen, I will spill the beans later. But yeah, no, I had a nice talk with the guys over at Arm Entertainment. They've represent so much talent. Huge shout out to the guys. They got Lita Ford. They got Warren.
I love Lita Ford.
Oh, please. I've asked her to marry me. I've asked her to marry me a million more times.
We don't know what she's into. I'll ask her to marry me. We'll compare notes.
Shoosh. Kiss me once.
Yeah.
What else we got?
We have Garth Brooks at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas.
He switches it up. I don't know if he's going to do, because he did a rock thing where
he could go either way.
Yeah, he's crazy. Well, he doesn't do that, but he goes crazy. Like
you don't know that. We don't judge.
Yeah, we don't judge. But yeah, it's always a heck of a performance.
Right.
Either way.
But he's coming.
When?
This month.
Oh, this month. Okay,
February 21st through March 9th.
And for everybody that doesn't know, it's Wednesday, February what?
I don't know.
13th?
13th, I think.
Okay, more or less.
No, it's today is the 11th.
Oh, the 11th.
Friday's the 13th.
Friday's the 13th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. We got I got Gabrielle on the show on Friday. He actually wrote this really cool punk rock book. Gabrielle Rotello's coming on the show on Friday. We're going to talk punk rock, old school New York City stuff. So I can't wait for that. So
and switching to Broadway, I can't preach enough.
Right.
On Broadway, there is so much happening. And even if you've seen the show, there's millions of them. Well, not millions, but a lot.
Trillions.
Go again, because they recast, they change cast, and they switch things up. It's a new experience every time you go.
And Stephen D'Angelo said on the show last week, his Cats is coming back.
Right. But go see a show and call us.
Off-Broadway out. Yeah, call in. We're now accepting phone calls. You can call us at 619-960-2926. We're taking phone calls to come call in.
And we want your opinion. We want to know what's new. And if I didn't say something and you know about something, call and tell me.
Yeah.
Say, hey, Jax or Jackhammer or whatever you want to call me. I answered a lot of things.
Yeah, that kid Metalhead Mike called in a couple days ago, and he was fun to talk to, and he ended up being from Bloomfield.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Yeah, so it's so great.
Call in, give us your opinion, or tell us what I'm missing, what I can check out and add to my what's happenings. I mean, so much going on, and that ends the what's happening.
Okay,
but
but what?
The weather. I wanted to talk about the weather a little bit.
Talk about global warming.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, you can call me and ask me what the weather is wherever you want to know.
Right, or you can always ask Google. But it's right here in front of you.
I'm more fun than Google.
Yeah, a lot more fun.
Okay.
Anyway.
From LA, it's 38 degrees.
38 right now. It's
38 degrees right now.
That's not real LA-ish.
Right? That's really not.
It's sweater weather. Sweater weather.
Yeah. Just call in if you want to know what the weather is, wherever you want to know. I mean, Chicago.
Oh, what's Chicago? Oh.
Hold on. I'm looking. I got it. Here I go.
What is it? Talk to me.
It's 31 degrees in Chicago.
I was expecting it to be sub-zero.
And I was wrong. It's changed up because I refreshed the page. It's 59 in LA right now.
Okay, it's warming up. Sun's coming up.
Yeah, that was at 4 o'clock this morning. It was 30 something.
Yeah, I was rolling out of bed this morning.
I was rolling over.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. And,
So in New Jersey, our Aunt Teresa Farrell posted this morning. It was 7 degrees in New York.
And it felt like -2. I am so sure.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
well, thank you for all that and the weather. Today we've got Don Scribner. He's an actor, old friend of mine, songwriter. Do you even know like the 6 degrees of separation between me and Don Scribner?
I don't. I know there is.
There is one, and I'm not going to tell it, but you'll know because you're going to sit in on this.
Okay.
Wait till you find out what it is. He is a veteran actor that is literally like a survivor of L.A. because this guy picks up movies all the time, and
Nice.
I got to know his secret. But again, there's a big secret between him and I that a lot of people was right in front of your faces and didn't see it. Friday we have author Gabrielle Rollelo. Next week, from The Toy and A Christmas Story, Scotty Shwartz.
Oh, cool.
He's coming on. We got Erik Caggiano, the director. Ashley.
You're booking a lot of Erics. Is that a thing?
Well, it's a K.
We got nepotism going on.
Well, and I'm booking
Cousin
a lot
Erik.
and I'm booking a lot of Italians.
Awesome.
And directly, actually, Ashley Pugh. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. And it's finally up. It's awake. It's alive. OksanaLada.com went live this morning.
That's awesome.
And she's coming.
Oksana.
And she's coming on the show next week. I can't wait to talk to her. If you don't know who Oksana Lada is, go to OksanaLada.com. She was Tony Soprano's
mistress, I think.
Yeah, Ukrainian actress.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. So much fun to talk to. And she's awesome.
And she's incredibly beautiful.
Incredibly, insanely, beautiful.
You told me her age, and I looked up pictures. I'm like, there's no way.
27, can you believe it?
She looks better at her age than I did when I was 27.
Oh, you tell me about it. And tonight, of course, we are brought to you by My ENVY Salon. Don't forget to give Jody a call. They're doing full makeovers. And the girls down there doing hair are sculptresses, if that's a word.
It is now.
It is now. They're at 1338 Cape Coral Pkwy East in Cape Coral, Florida. Give Jody a call at 239-542-6303. And what are we drinking?
Cafe Grumpy.
The Grumpy Grump. Keeps me excited, keeps me on my toes, keeps me going. They just reopened in Grand Central Terminal. I'm going to keep saying it till you go. I'm going to call her this week and get a code so you guys can get a discount, but you got to try Cafe Grumpy. If you can't get out, have it delivered. CafeGrumpy.com. And talking about Mindy Christensen, Asylum Tattoo in Coral, New York.
I need to go there.
I need to go there too.
I found an empty space.
Bottom of my big toe.
Right there.
AsylumTattooNY.com. Give Mindy a call. They have 6 or 7. They have peer assist tattoo stylists that everything from portraits to anime to some amazing Japanese traditional and name it. It's there. The Punk Rock Museum. I grew up in punk rock music. I grew up in so many different genres, but I love punk. I love metal. And the Punk Rock Museum is located at 1422 Western Avenue in Las Vegas, Nevada. Pete Kohler. The guitarist for Sick of It All, the brother of my very good friend Lou Kohler. Okay. I love Pete, I love Lou, I love Armand, and I love Craig Ahead. They played one of my events. 20,000 plus people showed up, and Pete's coming to do the tour. So check out the Punk Rock Museum located at 1422 Western Avenue in Las Vegas. They got music and marriage, living the punk rock dream, get tattooed, tour iconic punk artifacts, and tie the knot in one unforgettable stop at the Punk Rock Museum. From their on-site Las Vegas tattoo shop to their wedding chapel. This is the ultimate way to live the punk rock dream in Las Vegas. Check them out, thepunkrockmuseum.com. And we come back, I've got the Cowboy, Don Scribner.
Dun, dun, dun.
iHeartRadio just got even better with services and features no one else has. Real live radio and your music in one app. Plus, you can now get unlimited skips. Play any song. Instantly replay or add songs directly to your playlist that you hear on the radio. Even take your music offline and listen data-free. There's nothing else like it. Open the app or download it now. The new and improved iHeartRadio. Get it today.
Another beer, another yesterday. Same old memories stopping in to say what you had never was. What you found you had to lose. There must be heaven, 'cause I've landed in hell. I know there's angels, 'cause I know the devil so well. It was right until we turned that key. First home, a son, finally a family. Her dreams fulfilled till her past moved in. Kill love before it turns to sin. It reached out, grabbed her by the hand. She couldn't live a life she never had. My love was poison in the end. Her past lived on and on. There must be heaven, 'cause I've landed in hell. I know there's angels, 'cause I know the devil so well. It took me years to finally see the light. Had I known, I would have fought that fight. Love doesn't run, it should stand strong right by her side. There must be heaven, 'cause I've landed in hell. I know there's angels, 'cause I know the devil so well. There must be heaven, 'cause I've landed in hell. I know there's angels, 'cause I know the devil so well.
All right, we are back. How do you go 92 films, 19 awards, you get thrown out of 3 schools, and then you end up being basically almost a Rhodes Scholar? How do you go from Wisconsin, and I want to talk about Wisconsin because I go to certain places to be inspired, but I've got the Cowboy. I'm going to always call you the Cowboy, and a lot of people don't a lot of people don't know. And they will, our 6 degrees of separation. Absolutely my pleasure. If you're going to pick one, if I got to pick one person's brain in this world, it's got to be yours. Don Scribner, man, thank you for doing this.
Well, hey, you're welcome. You're so welcome. Thank you, Erik.
Yeah. We go back like car seats, you know?
We do.
So, not talking about all the school stuff, but how do you, and I see a lot, because I follow you. I follow you because I'm always inspired by the things that you do and the things that you say, and especially of your music. And you're always talking, and you're always thanking, and you're always grateful to family members. Like, you're reflecting to your, and if I'm mistaken, but you just wrote something about your Uncle Jack the other day. Was family...
Jack.
Yes.
Jack was dubbed Uncle Jack. Jack was a probation officer that took me under his wing.
Okay.
So I adopted him as a family member, and my mother loved him also. So he's an extended family member.
Okay.
He's passed away, but
yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, and I just real quick across the Associated Press Newswire, James Vanderbeek just passed away.
Who?
James Vanderbeek from Dawson's Creek.
Oh, okay, yes, I know.
Yeah. He had been battling cancer for a long time, and yeah, he passed away. It literally just came across the wire like 5 minutes ago.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, but you know what? We're still here, man, for a reason. You know, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. We went. If you listen to the beginning of the show, we came out at number 6 this morning globally. We got close to 4 million subscribers. I really love what I love, and I always, from afar, loved movies, loved acting, loved stage productions, loved music to death. What is it that Wisconsin either drove you out or inspired you to be who and what you are now?
I can tell you exactly when it happened. It happened in 8th grade.
Okay.
It happened the first time I got in front of a group of people, and it was in a Catholic school that I was eventually expelled from. But Father Connell asked me to get in front of the group and repeat what I was telling my friends, and he said he would give me credit for it.
Okay.
And I was disrupting the class at the time. He'd give me credit for it. He said, my objective is to get you in front of a group of people and feel comfortable.
Okay.
That man was a teacher. He said, you don't have to give a report on an apostle. Do this. And I did. And the rewards I got for getting up and telling a story about the 3 rabbits that went hunting bear.
Oh, okay.
It was just so rewarding.
Wow.
The applause, the smiles, and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
From that moment on, I knew what I wanted to do. It was no longer being a baseball player.
So
something inside me was driving me toward where I am today.
So how'd you perpetuate it?
Takes time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, no,
a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't move out here, for decades later. But I think what happened was I was culturally unaware. I knew what I wanted, but it was a dream. And eventually you get to a point where you say it's either now or never.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I had 13 years in education by that time, teaching.
Yep.
And at the top of the seniority list. And I thought if I stay here another moment, I'll be here forever, which wouldn't have been bad. But
right.
I knew I wouldn't have been happy. Very self-serving at that time. That's one thing that I think I could have handled that a little differently.
Okay.
But it was very self-serving. But we moved.
I've never seen it. But, okay.
Yeah. And that's it. And I think all of that, you look at life and every moment and every step you have becomes experiential background. And as an actor, it's something you can relate to, whether it's looking at an orange in a tree or watching a bird fly into a pond or a fountain.
Yep.
It all becomes a part of your memory bank.
I agree. I agree. And listen, I'm not trying to shoot on Las Vegas. I did a residency and there. It doesn't inspire me. Like every single different wave that crashes inspires me. Like the different grains of sand, like just looking up, like talking to people and listening, taking in characters. Because I've never been to Wisconsin. Maybe I have been to Wisconsin. I think we had to go and get alcohol when Indiana or Illinois has that Sunday rule.
Well, then you would cross over at
right.
Wisconsin.
Yeah. Right. Get some cheese and beer. But I can tell you that growing up in New Jersey, and talking to director Danny Provenzano about it, that we were surrounded by characters. And I've been everywhere. I've been to Australia, Japan. I've been everywhere but North and South Dakota. And the Midwest is a different animal. Like how do I describe the Midwest? How would you describe the Midwest to somebody that's really never been there?
Honesty.
Yeah.
Complex simplicity.
Okay.
Everyone has an identity.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to stand out. Everyone has an identity, and it's a community. You have pride in your community.
Okay.
We had pride in the Ashland Ordockers when I was living in Ashland. We had pride in the Superior Spartans when I was living in Superior, when I was teaching. We had pride everywhere.
Okay.
And it's almost individual.
Yeah, I grew up, my mom was from Indiana, Griffith, Indiana. Very big family. Very, very into the second and first Reformed churches. Like, and I'm coming from New Jersey and I'm visiting relatives in Indiana. Indiana at Christmas time. I'm like, this is like the buckle of the Bible Belt. Like, everybody just seemed like they were very influenced by the cities. They were very influenced by what was going on in Chicago and what was going on in Milwaukee, and it transferred into and you could see a lot of clothing and identities and a lot of things coming off of television during like the early 70s. You know what I mean? People looked at L.A. and New York like, ooh, you're from New York? Ooh, you're from New Jersey? Say coffee. They loved when I said coffee. Say coffee. So I get, but and what's so great is I didn't see a lot of pressure to succeed. I saw a lot of hardworking people. Indiana's huge farm communities, right? So I'm sure that your parents were probably the two of the hardest working people in Wisconsin.
They were.
Yeah.
And I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that behavior there is not influenced by, at least when I was living there. I don't know what it is at this moment because our society is so fractured. But when I was living there, we were influenced by the weather.
Oh, some of the coldest winters of my life.
And the daily weather, behavior.
Okay.
Picnics, whatever. I came out to LA and I thought I could plan a picnic 2 years in advance.
You could.
If I went golfing in Wisconsin in a pair of shorts and a short sleeve shirt, I also brought a sweater or something.
Right.
Because the wind could come off Lake Superior and drop 20 degrees in an instant.
Yeah, it's funny. When I was in Australia, they're like, you can go through all 4 seasons in one day. I'm like, but when a wind comes off, but when a lake comes off of Superior or Lake Michigan, it drops the temp. Like if it's already like, I don't know, 10 degrees outside, it'll drop the temperature below like 20 below zero with the wind chill factor.
Of course,
very dangerous. So when did you and how did you decide to go? You know what? Because I did the same thing. Me and my friend Erik growing up, we're like, we're going to buy motorcycles and we're going to move to Venice Beach. And we're going to be in television and movies, and this is all in the early 80s, and I'm the only one that actually did it. What was the deciding factor to say, you know what, I'm good, I'm out for you?
Well, I was at the top of the heap.
Yeah.
And I have a master's plus, 20, 25, 30 credits, I'm not sure.
Okay.
And I couldn't go any higher educationally. And seniority-wise, I was at the top. There was nothing there. My wife agreed to move with me.
Wow.
To L.A.
Okay, and what year was
that? We uprooted. That was 1984.
Okay.
And we uprooted, and our 8-year-old son, who's helped me immeasurably in my career.
Oh yeah.
I love this talented man now. I love the man. I love him.
Yeah. No, I see pictures.
He's one of the helping hands, and what we need helping hands.
Yeah.
When we made that decision, it was probably mine, and they agreed to it. So I had reflection back on that. I wrote a couple of songs.
Okay.
About our move. I wrote songs about my divorce. I wrote a song about what could have been called Old Love. Like songs you opened with I Know the Devil. It's a song about.
Yeah, we just played that. Yeah.
Yeah, about the history of a relationship. And everything that I write comes from deep within.
Okay. Because I know
I made that decision right then. 1984, we packed up, we drove on here.
Yeah, for those that don't know, and I wrote something about it, the other day about I don't do the Chat GPT and I don't do the AI thing. Like, I've got talent for what I do, but it would take me a year and a day to write a song that would suck. You know what I mean? Like you're either blessed with those talents or you're not. I mean, of course you can develop them through learning and repetition and all these other things. But I don't see that with you. I see a natural ability. I saw natural abilities of acting. I saw natural abilities of presenting. Like we played. Let me go back real quick, just so I don't screw up the song. Wait till tomorrow. We played Wait till tomorrow in the beginning, and you did something I haven't heard, and I listen to a lot of music, but you took us through a narrative. About how you went to get your taxes done, and his wife was a somebody that read signs and stuff. Yep. Why did you arrange it like that? Like, did you feel like you had to tell the backstory before you actually because the backstory is part of the song in a narrative form, but what made you compose it that way? Or you just did it?
I'm a believer in an artist, whether it be a writer, an actor, a songwriter, or a novelist.
Okay.
You have to be emotionally available.
I agree.
I think that's what I am. I'm emotionally available on all levels, and that is a true story. I mean, there's nothing artificial about that. Nothing artificial about it. She gave me some very flattering comments, and then she said there was a dark cloud over me, but it's going away. And this was my accountant's wife and my tax man. I don't make enough money to have an accountant. What am I getting? So,
right.
But at that time, I was doing a documentary, which is in the editing phase right now. Okay. Adam Jones, our editor, directed by Lance Lindahl, a documentary called Don Who.
Okay.
And obviously it's indicating about who is Don. And we've been shooting that for quite some time. The shooting is finished.
Okay, good.
And I recorded that song again. It was a cover to a song that I had recorded before, but I thought that the narrative made me more emotionally available, and I thought it fit. I just felt it fit. Our feelings are ours.
Right.
Nobody else's.
Right.
We are us. It's up to us to develop ourselves as fully as we can. Our memories are ours.
Oh, yeah.
We look at something, we don't see it the same way because we can't see through each other's eyes.
That is correct.
So that's what happened with Wait Till Tomorrow.
So I want to circle back to what you just said about being emotionally available all the time. Because Stanford Meisner and Lee Strasberg, if you've ever watched any of their stuff or read their first book I ever read was for acting was Respect for Acting by Uta Hagen, but Stanford Meisner and Lee Strasberg was really big on keeping it all in front of you. And for people that don't know what that means, when people have the ability to cry on cue, it's more than likely that they're keeping something that was so hurtful or so damaging right in front of them always, that all you have to do is reflect on it and you're in that moment, and then here come the tears. So you're saying being emotionally available, is important, but if and maybe you disagree or agree, I'd like to talk to you about it. The decompression from always being emotionally available is dangerous to a certain degree. It's scary beyond a certain degree. And I'll give as an example, and I've talked to John Savage about this. Like a lot of actors that turn to drugs and alcohol, they do it from the decompression of always being emotionally available. Do you?
I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah.
I don't know about anybody else, Eric. But I just say that I'm emotionally available. I notice things. I keep my eyes open.
Right.
And I know that everything I see can affect me.
Okay.
Everything can. To the depths of how it affects me, I don't know. in my novel, I was emotionally available where I wrote 1/3 of it in a bar. And I don't know, you probably haven't read Who Killed Love.
No, I've not yet. I haven't. It's on my read list though.
Well, it'll take you some time. It's a big book.
Okay.
It's got some good reviews. But everything in that novel, every person in that novel came from a place. And that's what I mean by emotionally available.
Okay.
Something I witnessed and I transposed it into something else. But it fed me. That's emotionally available. Something that feeds you.
I've watched a lot of your stuff. Have you? But I haven't watched all of your stuff. Have you ever cried on camera?
Have I?
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recall crying on camera.
Okay.
That's something.
Yeah.
I came close in the guide.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that there was something that was very deep in there. He had lost the relationship with his daughter and trying to get it back, and so his eyes welled. But he was a deer hunter, a tracker. Wonderful movie, directed by John Myers, produced by Nancy Bessie. Wonderful movie, just hasn't been out there. So I haven't.
Okay.
I do not believe I cried.
Okay. Do you think you could?
Well, of course.
Listen, I know, and I'm just telling for people that don't know. You know what I mean? So, going over your most impressive resume, okay? So you moved from Wisconsin to LA in 1984, and you didn't pick up your first film, according to IMDb, until 1987. What conspired between 1980? Is that not true?
You know, I don't know what came first. I know that as soon as I got here, I did a video to Mac the Knife by Darren.
Oh, okay.
I auditioned on a pool table, and I did all the shooting in the video and the trick shooting. I could play pool. It was one of my strengths.
Okay.
And then right after that, I did a video called, it was a film. It's not on my resume, but it was an educational film called Dropouts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And one of the guys in it was in David Lynch's, big star at the time. But so those aren't on the resume.
Okay.
And then I did I think the first movie I did, the first SAG movie I did was Moon and Scorpio. With,
yeah, I couldn't see Slave Girls from Beyond being a SAG film.
Yeah, but you know, it's a fun. You know, those days were lean, very lean for me. I mean, for a long time, I was always working.
Right.
You know, I always had a job that I could get off, so I could go to an audition, so I could, if I was lucky enough to book a film,
right,
I had to leave the job, and hopefully they wouldn't fire me.
Right. They
would want me back. So it's. You know, when I did Moon and Scorpio out on a sailboat, we ended up mooring in Marina del Rey. I jumped off that boat, grabbed my car, and drove back to the pool hall because I was working the night shift.
Oh.
I did a movie with Tony Curtis and in Bakersfield, and I wrapped my scenes, and I immediately got in the car in Bakersfield. I drove back to Anaheim. Because again, I was working the night shift in the pool hall.
Wow,
and that's fine because it afforded me to be able to continue with my passion. And obviously, at the time, my wife was working too.
Right.
You know, but I had to have that part-time job to supplement the income and to fulfill what I came out there for.
Yeah, well, you know, if you look at your IMDb, you're doing 2 films a year, easy, in the early stages of your career, and for me, and I really want to go into it as we progress in this interview, but I know I've met people that have been in the industry for, or try to be in the industry for 20 years, and they can't get off of E. Is it relentless behavior? Is it grinding? Is it focusing? Is it who you know? Like, what's the true secret to being able to do 97 films in Los Angeles alone?
I think it's a multitude of things, and it all comes down to self.
Okay.
I think you have to be a good person. I think you have to fill your life with respect.
Yep.
On the film, with the cast.
Right.
I do a film. I don't really talk to anybody. I'm really kind of a solo man when I'm doing that. I'm locked up into who I am, but I'm also very respectful, and I don't get disappointed.
Okay.
I've had some major things that have fallen through right at moment one. I've had them fall through, and or moment 10, wherever you want to go on a scale of importance.
Okay.
They followed through. That could have changed my life, truly, financially. What do? You go on.
Yeah.
You put that in the back. That's part of your experiential background. That's something you can relate to.
Yeah.
On film, that's what I do. That's what I mean by open arms. I keep it. It's fine. It just happened. There's nothing more valuable than love, and that has nothing to do with love.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
So yeah, it's right. I guess lucky, but okay.
So again, it's you are blessed. You are blessed in so many ways. Like if I didn't respect you so much, I'd be super envious. But you have deserved everything that you have not been handed, but worked for. You know what I mean? And again, I'm going to talk real quick about this, and then because a lot of people don't understand our 6 degrees of separation, and I'll get to it. Of course, I will. But how do you get into video games? Like, I know people that would die to be on like Family Guy and do voiceover work, and like, how do you segue from doing films into like your phone just rings one day and somebody goes, "Hey, I want you on World of Warcraft"? Like, how does that work?
That works through submission.
Okay.
I lost my theatrical agent 3.5 years ago, whatever. He passed away. He was the only guy that I had as an agent that would call for me.
Okay.
The only guy.
That's awesome.
And I really love that man.
Yeah.
And he passed away, and I haven't had an agent since.
Right.
So everything I get is repeat business or through some submission. Sometimes I don't even know. I did a movie with, I look at the kids today coming up.
Right.
I look at the adults today coming up.
Right.
And I've had several people come over to the house and ask me about acting, if I could help them out. And I would tell them what I think about it. My school of thought.
Okay.
Number one is you have to be emotionally available.
Yep.
And everything that I've done, video games or the voiceovers, I made a connection, and I became a friend of one of the casting directors for that, Bridget Burdine.
Okay.
And she was a wonderful human being, and the operative there is was. And she would call, after probably 6 months or so of driving down to Santa Monica for an audition that I found, and doing a voiceover audition, and then driving back and once or twice booking it, whatever. And then she finally said, "Don, I know your work." She said, "The next time we have have something available, do it from home."
Right.
I said, "Well, okay." So that was my gift. I'm doing some voiceover work with her. And then shortly after that, she was hit by a car in Culver City and killed.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And
I'm going to say I'm sorry about this interview.
Yeah, well, I drove down to Santa Monica to see who's now in that studio, and it was a rug store. Rug, R-U-G.
Okay, Rug.
But Bridget Burdine said, I love your voice and I love the flexibility.
Right.
I can remember when I did Rocco's the Interrogator. And, it's something that she saw in me. You've got voiceover work, you have to get lucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I took a voiceover class, and the instructor, who was an accredited voiceover artist, said, you're going to have a tough time.
Okay.
He said, you have a great voice, but you're going to be up against the biggies, the James Earl Jones, the Sam Elliott's. That's what she told me.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
That's it. So what?
Right. They're just people. It's about emotions.
Just keep on. You just do what you do. You keep available.
Right.
Emotionally.
Yep. Yep.
That's it.
So
next thing I would tell somebody that would come into the house, I would say, relax. You have to relax.
Yeah. Yep.
You talked about the Strasberg Institute. I went to the Strasberg.
Oh, did you? Did you get screamed?
Yeah,
Did you get screamed at?
No. Matter of fact, I was asked to come because
Wow.
they saw this. Yeah, Dr. Lori Hull was her name. Saw me in an audition for Summerstock Theater. My second year, I was going to do Summerstock while I was teaching.
Right.
And she said, "You don't belong here. Why don't you come out to Strasbourg?" And I said, "Well, don't I have to audition?" She said, "You have." I'm Dr. Lori Hull, and she said, "Just tell them that, and you are in." I had to pay for it, so I sold my baseball card collection. 2,002 cards.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. And that was in 1982. I sold that to go to
good rookie
Strasbourg.
cards in that deck, I bet.
What you do, yes, and, what you do, you do.
Yeah, of course.
Follow your passion.
Absolutely.
It was important.
I tell people all the time, I said, you can be and do anything you want to do or be. It's what are you willing to sacrifice to do it? Sacrificing your baseball cards, which you could probably replace at some point, but opportunities you can't.
That's a fact. And so I never considered it a sacrifice. I considered it, had I kept them until today, it would have been, 25-fold the value. And but I did make enough money at least to have my expenses paid to come out.
See, that's awesome. That's awesome.
We do what we do.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell a little bit of my backstory, which leads up to you. Okay. So I was doing a developmental show. I was doing this as a developmental show for SiriusXM, and I had shot to number one. And John Savage called me. I had Richard Hatch and Claudia Wells on the show that night, and John Savage called me up. He goes, "Oh, I'm riding horses with Sheila Jaffe on the beach in Malibu. We want to come and watch the show." And I said, "Oh, okay, cool. Come on over." And he walks in with Sheila, and Richard Hatch has given me the elbow. "You know who that is? You know who that is? You know who that is?" And I'm like, John and Sheila? Sheila Jaffe's one of the biggest casting directors in L.A. and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, it's Sheila. Like, I don't really care. Like, she's like, I know her. You know what I mean? So,
sure.
So the way the studio was set up, there was a couch that was long ways. And I'm watching Sheila lean in and watching me. And after the show, she pulls me outside. And she tells me her whole story. I'm a Puerto Rican Jew from New York. And I was adopted. And I said, well, I was adopted. And, she was talking about Daryl McDaniels, Sarah McLachlan, and giving me her whole bio and stuff. And she says, you have such great energy. She says, when your contract's up for doing radio, and I didn't know when it would have been up, but it ended up being up a couple months later because they started the Django filming. She says, you really need to get into acting, right? She goes, you got this great energy. And I said, oh, well, yeah, I wish, You know, I mean, I didn't know she could have snapped her fingers and put me in Entourage, you know, but so I said, okay, well, you know, maybe I need that little bit of push. So John picked me up a couple months later, and John would frequent the house. You know, him and I would always run lines of improv stuff, just fooling around. And
Sure.
And we went to a few acting schools. And to me, it wasn't what I thought acting was. You know, I didn't want to learn Hamlet because I'm not a Hamlet guy. But it seems to be like the norm for a lot of the acting schools in New York. But they were doing like the be a tree classes. And I'm like, I don't want to be a tree. I don't, you know. So they seemed kind of like money grabs. Like when you get into that part of the LA business, and I've talked to Stanley Livingston about the art or the act of business of acting, it seemed like, oh, like you don't really need $500 headshots. You really don't need all these other things. You know, and I just had Marilyn. You knew Marilyn back then. That, you know, Marilyn just took my headshots, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go to the park, whatever. Take some headshots. You know, I wasn't hyper-focused on being anything but me. And so after we went through these 3 acting schools or 4 acting schools, he said, what do you, like, tell me a couple actors that you know that you like, and let's see, you know, like what your direction is. And I said, well, to be honest with you, you know, and I just had Richard Hatch, you know, a couple months ago on the show. I said, he played Jan Berry in Jan and Dean movie, right? And I love the fact that when the original Jan Berry got into the auto accident and sustained brain damage, Richard Hatch was able to really capture that. And I've always had a good, and this was I was very young, like 11 or 12 when it came out. But it grabbed me. And I wanted to be that actor. So John had spoken to Richard. And I kept doing all these Comic-Cons with the radio show. And he's like, you're not ready to be an actor. You know, let me know when you're serious. And it literally took me like 6 months, if not longer, to convince him I was ready. And Richard would come over every single day for a couple hours. Every single day. Bring me a script, bring me a script, bring me a script. And then he says, okay, well, tomorrow it was the next day, or a couple days later. He goes, the next time I come over, you're going to do a monologue. And I'm like, I don't know how to do a monologue. I knew nothing about even what a monologue really was. So if you go on Olive, there's a Barnes and Noble in Burbank. And I went in there, and there's a whole section on monologues, like War and Peace style books. And I'm going through these monologues, and I'm like, none of these sound like me. And I called up Thomas G. Waits, and I said, what do I do? He goes, write your own. And I'm going to give you the Cliff Notes version of this, but it leads up to you. And Richard brought somebody else over with him, and I did it. And he goes, can I get a copy of it? And I gave him a copy of it. And he goes, that was great. He says, the next time I come over, I'm bringing the Rainmaker. And I'm thinking like the film, not the Rainmaker. And I called up Thomas G. Waits again because he runs the acting school in New York, but he's all Shakespeare, you know. And he goes, that is one of the hardest scripts you're ever going to do. And I'm like, oh, now I'm nervous. Now I'm like, oh, crap. So we run through it. Slow down, speed up. Do it angry, do it sad. We did it about 12 different ways. And he sat back and he goes, there's nothing else I can teach you. And I'm like, no, wait. I feel like, what? And from that day on, I just, you know, didn't know what else to do. So fast forward a month, I'm at San Diego Comic-Con with Marilyn doing the show. We've got Ernest Thomas and all these other actors at the booth, and we're doing the show. And Larry Thomas, the soup Nazi, comes up to me and says, there's a guy that wants to meet you. And he's listened to every one of your shows. He's a big fan. And he's coming to California to produce a film, and he wants to talk to you. I'm like, sure he does. And I'm not going to say his last name because I'm not a big fan. But Neil, you know who I'm talking about, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So Neil comes up to me, all rockered out, and says, "Hey, I got a great role for you in this film. I'd love to see you." And not realizing at that point that he didn't want me. He wanted my listening base. Because we were #1 on iTunes at the time. We were rocketing, like literally like 350 press outlets at that point was picking up the show on a daily basis. But for whatever reason, he cast me in this film. And Marilyn was upset because she didn't get cast, so I got her a role in the film as well. I said, well, if you want me, you got to get Marilyn. And I showed up on set for the shoot. I think we were shooting. Did we shoot in like North Hollywood?
I don't remember. I don't remember. I remember the movie, shooting the movie.
Yeah.
And being out in the mountains. But,
yeah. So
we shot in North Hollywood.
Yeah, I got paid a granola bar and a decaf cup of coffee for that role. So meeting you, I was overwhelmed. And I'll just tell everybody real quick, when you watch my reel, you were the cowboy that choked me out in Alien Armageddon. And
that's true.
It's true. Oh, it's damn true. So here's and I remember it because I hold such value to you. Okay. They wanted to snap my neck. They wanted you to snap my neck real quick. Like there was no death scene to that. Like I'm going to milk this for a minute. Right. And
I did, man.
You remember this, right?
Of course I do.
Okay. And I just, again, I'm not overwhelmed, but I'm like in awe of you. Like this great character actor standing in front of me, and I'm going to ask him to put me in a rear naked choke because I can sell it, And I showed you how to do it. But before that, they had me do the scene where I threw up in the bucket, right? And I remember when they cut the scene, I remember the whole cast being like, oh my God, we almost threw up listening to you. And I'm like, got him. I got him, right? And then you choking me out. And I don't know if you've noticed, but while you were rear naked choking me, I pushed your elbow deeper into my throat so I could turn my face purple. I actually made you choke me harder than you did while I'm kicking the bucket. I have died in every film. But this is what I will always remember until the day I die. I talked to you after the film got released, and I know I thanked you. I know I thanked you on set. I thanked you afterwards, and you didn't realize that it was the first film I ever did. It was the first time I was ever on camera.
No, I didn't.
And I'm not trying to milk my ego, but why? Why didn't you realize how green I was?
Well, you brought truth. Why?
Yeah.
Truth is always. Could have been anybody there that I'm choking out. If there's a truth in that, it could have been De Niro.
Right.
You did your truth, and if it was someone else, they would do their truth. I had no idea if you had done 100 film or if this was your first.
Right.
It was truthful.
It was very truthful. And looking back on it, and you did things that I wish I would have done. Like you did this hesitant not a gasp, but you exhaled. Like you did a normal reaction sound because when a camera goes on, it people can either get caught acting or they can act. You know what I mean? I've never seen you act ever in anything you've done. And the realism, because you were thrown into a room and supposedly there was an electric fence around or whatever it was, electric thing around the door. And you came in and you stood over me. I don't even think you had one line in that whole scene that I can remember.
I don't remember.
Right. I don't remember you having any lines in that scene, but you carried it on your back, and I'm like, I was coming off your emotions, I
know what it was. Yeah.
What was it?
I'm going back. I know what it was now, and it's one of the things that I tell students that listening is powerful. The power of silence,
right,
is laden with thought. That's what you heard, the thought. You said carrying it on my back or whatever.
Right.
Without dialogue, you don't need dialogue sometimes. You know?
I don't think
I can remember doing that to you, Erik.
Yes, please.
I can remember walking over to you in that scene. You reliving some moments for me.
Okay.
Thinking I have to do this for him. Not that I wanted to.
Right. Exactly.
But I have to do this for him.
Right.
And that's what you carry.
Because begging you to put me out of my misery was absolutely real to me. I was in the moment. And just, I thought we had chemistry. And I still think we do. In that scene,
of course we do.
Yeah. Oh, because again, like, and you have been supporting actor to some big names, you know, Alec Baldwin, all these other people, that you can carry a film, and you carried, you know, you were the star of that film. And I don't try to impress people with anything I do. I can only be me, you know. And I've been choked like that. I was thinking about, when I was vomiting, I was thinking about high school senior year. I'd gone to a party, and I went to a party, and the captain of the football team was hosting the party, and he was spiking everybody's mixed drinks with Everclear. And I vomited for 2 days. And while I'm eating that chicken and vomiting in that bucket, that's what I was thinking about, you know. That and like liver and waffles at the same time. So I could literally put myself back in that moment and be in that moment. And when you anaconda choked me, I wanted to make sure you looked good doing it. You know, we only went over it like 2 or 3 times. You know, but you know, I'm the one that taught you how to do the rear naked choke. You know, and I think the scene was so much better than just snapping my neck and being rid of me. You know what I mean? But
of course it was, because it had personality and it had emotion.
Right.
It had willingness on your part to have this done. It had a lot in it. Snapping the neck is just snapping the neck.
Right.
That's moving on to the next moment.
It's lackluster. It's lackluster.
And it is what it is.
It is what it
That's
is.
all I'm saying.
And I don't remember you and I getting a whole lot of direction for that scene. Like I had my sides. I hit my marks, right? But I think the emotion of you choking me to death and kicking my feet and kicking the bucket out from under me, because I saw the bucket and I'm like, let me just kick the bucket. And I remember pushing your elbow into my throat. And if you ever get to see the movie, it's called Alien Armageddon. I turned purple in it on purpose. You know what I mean? Because I wanted.
I didn't.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't want people to think that you weren't doing the choke correctly. Because I see so many critics with jiu-jitsu stuff and martial arts stuff, like, that was a phony kick, or that was a phony karate chop, or this guy looked phony. Like, I didn't want any bad reflection on that scene or any blowback on it. Yes, it was, like, I saw it for $1.99 in the Blu-ray section at Walmart like a couple of years later. And it's super low-budget film. But I learned so much from you. I would do 100 movies with you for free because I know I'm going to learn something. You know what I mean? Do you learn something from every film that you do, or you just do your thing?
You know, I believe I do.
Okay.
I've done a lot of film that I don't even want to watch. I did them sometimes just to pay the rent. I got offered something. It was a struggle for me up until about 20 years ago.
Okay.
But I was always working another job. So, and there were times that it was very lean. So I was, okay, I'm getting, I have a day's work here. I'm going to go do it.
Right.
I didn't care what it was.
Oh, okay.
I wanted the money at that moment because I knew that it was going to be a low budget film, but I'm getting paid all right. So
yeah, no, I remember.
But I always put my heart in it. I always made it the moment for me. Always. Whatever the film was, I always put my heart in it.
So you're still making films, and you're still making films. How can somebody? Because for me, roles are far and few between, and it was, I don't know. Like, I've done some good things, I've done some weird things, but I loved it, and I've heard from so many directors after the fact that when the camera goes on, it's like lighting a fuse with me. Like, my energy levels just change. And that was the second biggest compliment, but the first biggest compliment, again, was you being shocked that I had never done film before I did that scene with you. You were my first scene ever in front of a camera. And I'm for the millionth time, thank you. Thank you for doing that. I mean,
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. So how do you count for longevity at this point?
Desire.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let me give you a case in point.
Please.
2 years ago, it's actually 25 months ago now.
Okay.
I finished chemotherapy.
I know you did. God bless.
Yeah, and I was, moments away from having my bladder and prostate removed. I mean, something. I call it miraculous if you want, whatever. I mean, we were at the Mayo Clinic.
Yep.
Found that out. No, I had a bald head. And you know me, I have long hair. I had a bald head. I worked.
Yes.
I worked during that.
Wow.
Between chemo sessions, I think it was 6 and 7. I did this, I think it was a TV show called Sheltering the Mafia.
Okay.
With that bald head.
Yeah. I didn't want to bring it up. I'm glad you did.
Well, no, it's okay.
Okay.
I'm open with it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm one of the lucky ones. Truly.
More than a little bit. More than a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. We just count our blessings and we go on. You say, how can you get that? I'm just fortunate. I feel fortunate anytime I get anything. I want to give a shout out to a couple of people that are
absolutely
instrumental in my existence. Film wise, there's a guy by the name of William Rush.
Okay.
Who wrote and directed the movie Group. I shot.
I'm getting to that. I'm going to get to that. I got a good. I got a good group question for you because you've done
about Waylade with Jonathan Gauthier.
Okay.
I did Waylade. I played a pirate. It's a wonderful film. You can see it. It's a short film, about 20 minutes long.
Okay.
And it's a really well done film. Waylade. I play Anchor, the pirate. There are two of us in it. And Jonathan then wrote a film for me called Zib, which has been viewed about 700,000 times so far.
Wow.
That's another short award-winning film.
Dude, you've got 19
Jonathan
awards. I got a granola bar and a decaf. So, yeah.
Some of the films worked out. And, truly, some of the films. Wayne Kramer gave me my first A-list movie. That's the one you were talking about with Baldwin. He was nominated for an Oscar.
That's the cooler, right?
And yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The next thing I tell actors is make a strong choice. Always make a strong choice, whether it's correct or not. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay. You have to make a strong choice. When I went in for the cooler, Wayne said there are two roles that you're right for. I did his first movie, which was Blazeland, which was a good movie, but it was never finished. Unfortunately, not his fault. And good movie. I had a good role. And I knew it was going to be an audition. He said, I can't just book you.
Right. Because
it's my first A-list movie. So I walk in, and there are 4 or 5 people at a table. And Wayne says, this is Don Scribner. I told you about him. He could be an intimidating presence on screen.
Oh, a little bit.
Now, one of the producers looked at me, because I'm not a big guy.
You're bigger than I am.
At the time, I think I was 5'11" at the time.
Okay.
I think I'm probably 5'10" now. But one of the producers, good-sized man.
Oh, yeah. Working
well,
on,
he
what,
said,
210,
what
205?
He said, what are you, a tough guy, Don? You carry a gun? And I just stared at him.
Like, really?
This is the power of silence. Just stared at him.
Right.
And then I said, you want me to put you in a box? And he said, he scares the crap out of me. I shook my hand, and that was it. And that's how I got the role.
I should have worn my brown pants that day. So here, the only question that I actually wrote down, because I don't write questions down.
Go ahead.
I do my homework. I've heard it 100 times. Ernest Thomas, when we were talking about Cooley High, he said I could have played Bishop. That was the role for me. It was right for me. You're saying now you went into this audition and the guy said I had 2 roles that were absolutely perfect for you, right? What does that?
I said I could do. Yeah.
Well, what does that mean? Like, because I know for a fact, like I can play a surfer, I can play a burnout, I can play a lawyer if I cut my hair. But
he's talking about specificity.
Okay.
Specificity, character, not look.
Right.
Character.
Can you elaborate a little bit?
He's also talking about A-list actors that were in that movie.
Right. You know? Right. Like Alec Baldwin. I was just with Alec Baldwin in New Jersey. What a great guy. Nice man. Really nice man.
So, one role in that movie had a great monologue. Worked one day. The other one had a few lines, and that was the role I ended up getting. But it worked a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Oh. I needed the money.
Yeah. And you had the tools. You had the tools anyway.
But anything else, they had A-list actors at that time.
So, I'm
saying, sure, I could have done it. Sure, I could have done that. Doesn't matter. Right. Not when you get somebody with a name.
Yeah,
but I do want to say,
yes, please.
Lance Lindahl has directed several of my videos, and he's directing my documentary. Wonderful filmmaker. You don't know him, but he's a wonderful filmmaker.
When the documentary comes out, I'd like to have him on the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Brock Morse, wonderful actor. He's let's see, brawny man right now. But he's been really instrumental in my career also. And he directed one of my songs, Talk to Me, which is another story. Wonderful. And Paul Webster, a friend of mine and an incredible musician, directed, or he actually, I was contracted to do a thing called Turkey in the Straw.
Okay.
I had done it. They used, in a movie before this, they used a few of my songs and asked me if I would do a cover to Turkey in the Straw, which was public domain. Oh, Turkey in the Straw. Yeah. And I said, sure. They gave me amount of money. And I called Paul and I said, I can't play any of these instruments. I'll split the money with you. And he did. And he made a wonderful, wonderful thing. The integrity of that. That's Paul Webster. He helped my music. And Chad Watson, my now producer, oh, man, what would I do without him?
How long does it take you to usually write a song?
Sometimes years.
Okay.
I'm not a prolific songwriter. I think I'm a decent songwriter. I think that everything I do has a message. And I try to make it, I try to make it have heart.
Right.
And it could go on. My music is very important to me.
Oh, no, it's not. Believe me, you can hear it in the lyrics. Like I said, we're playing a couple of, when you go back and listen to the interview, you'll hear a couple of your tracks. And it fits. It fits you. It's part of.
Well, the lyrics.
I'm sorry, please.
The lyrics are everything to me.
Yeah.
I can't play the guitar well enough. People say, oh, I like your guitar playing. Well, I can't jam with you because I don't know how.
Right.
But I can play my music. I had a few, I call them concerts, solo gigs, and filled the house.
Yeah, no, I came and saw you play in Burbank. Yep.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, do you remember that?
Well, I'm sure. No, I do now. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I made the poster for you.
Wow. Yes.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yep. That was what 15 years ago. No, it was like maybe.
No.
Was
yeah.
it? Okay.
Maybe 7 years ago.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm bad with time. I'm really bad with time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like so excited you were playing. I'm like, let me make your poster for you. It was a great poster. It was a great concert.
I do remember that now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
my last question, and then I want you to do some more shout outs. When I made your poster, I'm just not looking at Minecraft stuff, but I'm looking at stuff that I know, and I put Proximity on there, and I put The Cooler on there, and I put The Guide on there. Great films. Oh, you know what? I have two questions.
And you put Group.
Well, let me tell you why. So I sent it to you, and you're like, no. This is important. Okay? You got to put Group on there. And I said, yeah, no problem. It took me about 10 seconds to do it, but you were so, not adamant, but you were so like, no, you don't understand. Like, it's got to go on there. And I didn't ask you why, because I'm asking you why now. Why is it so important that I had to redo the poster to put Group on there?
I talked about people that come over to my house and sometimes ask me about acting in the process, what to expect. Maybe they're new to LA. I had a couple come over. They were new to LA, and they're both very quality actors. I worked with one in Duluth, Minnesota.
Okay.
And doing a wonderful little thing. But they got together with the writer-director in Pennsylvania and for a group.
Okay.
And they were looking for a antagonist in there that you don't know until the end of the movie. I just
spoiler alert.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
But they were looking for somebody like that, and so I get an email saying that these two people suggested that they contact me about this. Now, these are two people that were sitting at my table here. We had pizza, a couple beers, and a couple years later, I'm getting a gig because of them. This is important. That movie, they were both in. They were both wonderful. And that director was wonderful. He put my songs in the movie. And it was so important that I put this on that poster.
Yeah, I didn't want to kill the energy by asking you then. I'm glad that you find it important. And just a follow up to the being right for roles, I had an audition for Sons of Anarchy, and which literally the office was 2 blocks from my house at the time, and Corey Eubanks got me on the lot, and it ended up I wasn't tall enough, right? And then Walking Dead, and every time I hear, especially for those 2 projects, you're absolutely right for these characters. Even like talking to Kim Coates after the fact, he goes, "You got the tattoos, you got the hair, you got the you got the verbiage, you get it." I said, they because everybody on that show is like 6 feet tall. You know what I mean? So I didn't, I would have been like the runt. It didn't work, right? But looking back, and even when I'm doing it, I'm like, this is Don Scribner all day. Like, have you been approached? Were you ever approached for Walking Dead or for Sons of Anarchy? Because you would have been, in my opinion, perfect to play anybody on either show.
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
I get that a lot. Why weren't you on Sons of Anarchy? Why weren't you on Walking Dead or whatever? And it is what it is.
Okay.
It is what it is. It might be my favorite song I've ever written.
Right.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Do you strive?
It's a tribute to anyone who's passed.
Wow. Okay. We're gonna have to
play
It is
what
that.
it is. It was what it was. Oh yeah, it goes away like today.
What's something that you would like to do?
It touches us all.
I'm sorry.
What's that?
No. Please. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It touches us all like a breeze through the trees. The stronger the love, the harder the fall. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Poetry. I should have wrote poet on there as well. So, you want to give some shout outs? You want to finish some shout outs for me?
Well, another one, Jimmy Costa, he cast me in a movie called Appleton, shot in Appleton, Wisconsin. And he said he cast me. We met for lunch. I did no reading or anything. He knew my work. And I walked in the door in some restaurant in Santa Monica, and he was sitting in the back watching. That's why he cast me. He said, I wanted somebody that could walk in and take over the room with a presence or something to that effect. But, you know, I give him a shout out because it was such a fun time. And I thought that movie was good.
Did you like walk?
My son.
Oh, your son, of course,
is so important to me that and he's part of my career. My family.
Awesome. That's awesome.
All of my family. They're so supportive. You know, my sisters, my brothers, they're so supportive. Wow. And their families. Everybody's getting older.
Oh, aren't we? A little bit. Yeah, I just lost my mom.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
I'll tell you, let me segue into this.
Sure.
I had my eyes done about 12 years ago.
Okay.
And I'm 1 week out of that, and I get an audition for a show called Crash.
Yeah, I saw that on your IMDb. Yep.
Yeah, and so I walk in, and I'm reading the wrong character. My agent's at that time, my agent's brother died.
Oh.
And he called and he said, Don, you have an audition for Crash, the TV show, as a homeless man, deranged. Anyway, and he told me how to get the sides. I got them, and as soon as I saw homeless man, I printed it out, and it was an entire page monologue. And wow. And I had a week to memorize this and work on it.
And your eyes are all shut.
I went into the audition, and she said, you have any questions? And I said, yeah. This is a big casting director.
Right.
I said, yeah, I do, about the word deranged. And she said, yes. I said, the man's not deranged. All he wants is a job. She said, he's deranged. We've had no problems with this before. I said, okay. I said, I'll use that as a secret. You know?
Yeah.
Let's see if that can come. It's very important for actors to carry a secret. So I said, I'll see if that emerges. I did one line or two into the script, and she said, cut. She said, you're reading The Homeless Man. You are the deranged homeless man.
Oh.
I didn't scroll down far enough to see the sides.
Wow.
Who would have thought there's going to be two homeless men? Anyway.
Yes.
And she apologized. She said, I'm sorry. She said, I'm sorry. And I said, it's my fault. And I said, what can I do? She said, listen, here are the sides. Go out. And she said, take your time.
Right.
And she said, if you want to come back tonight, that's fine. I'll come back for you.
Oh, wow.
That's a big deal.
Right.
Well, it's a guest star. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
So I went out, and it was all, there was nothing that was a segue for anything. There was no transitions. The guy was truly deranged. And it's a great scene. It's really a great scene. And it's on one of my demos. So I thought, I'll never, ever, ever memorize this. So I went out to her, and it was 10 minutes maximum. And she said, yes. I said, could I do it now?
Wow.
She said, now? There were 5 pages. And I said, but could I put it on the chairs? I said, I may have to refer to it, because, Erik, one of my, bless everybody's heart, is that I can take something off the page immediately.
Sure.
And so I did that, and she, she was very pleased. Asked me to do it again with one minor adjustment. Anyway, I booked the show. Now, here's the point. You said your mother.
Yes.
I'm ready to go in a couple of days to Albuquerque to shoot this show.
Right.
And I get a call from my brother, Mick. Mick is one of the closest friends I've ever had in life, and he's my brother.
Yeah, wow.
Mick says, he said, Don, mom's dead. Holy shit.
Wow.
I fell right to the floor, and
still hurts.
I said, oh, well, and I said, listen, I'll be coming home now. I booked the show, but I'll come home. I'll cancel it. He said, no, you won't cancel it. And my sisters, Lisa and Cindy, said, no, you won't cancel it. You know, Mom would want you to do it. My mother was my biggest fan. So point is, I got picked up by a limousine, brought to Albuquerque, got another limousine to a suite. Was in the suite, got a thank you, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
When I finished the gig, I got picked up by a limousine, brought back to Burbank.
Wow.
I changed clothes, repacked, took a cab to the airport.
Right.
And the next day or two, I was following a hearse.
Oh, jeez.
That's how life goes. It is what it is.
I know.
That's why you have to be emotionally available all the time.
I honestly, I am.
Like it.
I'm probably more emotional now that I'm getting older. I turned 59 this year.
That's the way it goes. We learn.
Yeah. And the problem with being 59 is I had to say goodbye to a lot of people that meant a lot to me, you know, because I still carry them with me. You know what I mean? I grew up very loyal to my friends, loyal to my family, loyal to my word, loyal to, you know, what I do. So it's not just a friendship like, oh, no, me and Don used to just go have beers and pizza. No, it was never that. You know what I mean? Like, I took something away from Alien Armageddon that I will always carry with me because of you. You know what I mean? Like, we will always be attached by that film. Yes, it was cheesy. Yes, it was low budget. Yes, the director sucked. You know, whatever. But those
are your feelings.
Yeah. No, I'm not trying to put it on you at all. But I'm saying is that I emotionally carry it with me because it works. It works for my agenda. You know what I mean? Because it's part of who I am.
Sure.
You know, and I'll tell you two really quick things. I did a film. My last film before I started producing and directing was called Almost Mercy, and Tommy DiNucci, who was working with Chad Verdi, who was partners with Martin Scorsese. Like, this was a big deal for me. This is me walking away from joining the circus, as it were. You know, I refer to the entertainment industry as joining the circus because we got to constantly be producing and working, and you know, it's a grind, right? So in the scene, Tommy says to me, "Okay, you're going to have a seizure." And it was important to me to know what kind of seizure, you know, like, is it an epileptic seizure? Is it a stroke? Is it like, because I'm so in the moment, like, I need to know what kind of seizure it is, you know? And a couple years ago, I got a script to do a voiceover for a cartoon playing a guy that works in a dispensary. And the writer-director got on the phone with me, and I go, where is the dispensary located? He goes, it doesn't matter. And I'm like, well, you know, coming from Boston, you know, I mean, do you have a dispensary card? Or being from New Jersey or New York, or being from, yo, dude, like, welcome to the dispensary, dude, you know? Like, where it is, you know, or being from Minnesota, like, being where it is has everything to do with the character. And I turned the role down because he didn't get it. You know what I mean? So you have an aura about you that you can't learn. You know what I mean? I'd love to see you in a series because I would watch it every week, you know? So is the group out now?
All right.
I'm sorry, what?
What did you say? You'd love to see me in a series. I said, all right.
Well, no. I'm just saying, is the group out now? Or is it coming out?
You cut out there for a second.
I'm
is
sorry.
What coming out?
Group?
Group is out.
Oh, it's out. Okay. How can people see it?
It's won a lot of awards, and it was a lower budget film, but it was shot really well. And it was condensed. I mean, he did wonders with it, and it was important to have that on there because this director and writer is truly, he wrote an ingenious script.
Right.
Truly. Every person, every 13 people, everyone had an arc. Everyone could say, wow, I've got something powerful in here.
Well, tell me how I can see it.
You can. Well, I think it's online.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I know it's out. So if you Google it.
Yeah.
Google,
okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And, you know, it's the power of my character comes the last third of the film, probably. But, you know, I've been there before, but the power of my film is when I stand up to talk about my life. And,
well, when's your documentary coming out?
Well, I'm hoping that Adam finishes the editing. It's a big process because we drove to Wisconsin twice. Lance Lindahl and I drove. I drove, and he filmed me all the way, talking the spontaneity of whatever. And there's much more to my life than we've touched upon here.
Oh no, I know.
So,
I'm not trying to spoil it for the documentary, but I'm telling you, yes, please.
No, I'm saying that there's much more. I think that was what interested them in doing the documentary.
Well, that's why it's important, and I'm telling people, like I've been following you since day one, and I really want to see it. Probably more than I want to see anything else you've ever done. I want to see your documentary because your story is incredible. You know what I mean? I wish we had more time to talk about those things, but watching the
I'll tell you one thing, Eric. I'm interrupting you because I have to say what I told them when we're shooting the documentary. This cannot be a piece that is equated with ego. This is just simply me.
I've never seen ego with you. I've seen you be an actor, like a real actor. You know, because people, like, I see so many films, so many indie films, so many non-talented people, so many talented people, but you are the antithesis of being an actor. Like, you are. It's that simple. It's that simple to explain.
Thank you.
You are a true.
Thank you. Now I have to say one of my favorite students, Elizabeth Norkunis Eastman. She and her husband flew out to see one of my gigs, one of my musical gigs.
Oh.
But unbeknownst to me, that night, while we were drinking beer, 3-4 of us or whatever, she said, your passion is the arts, but your calling has always been teaching.
Yeah.
Those words have stuck with me, and that's where I approach life. If you can't touch someone, make them feel better after talking to you. Give them something to carry home.
So
what's the purpose?
So you do teach, which is news to me. I'm glad you do. How can people find you on the internet?
Google me.
Just Google Don Scribner.
Yeah.
I know you got a website. You want to tell me about your website real quick?
Yeah. It's donscribner.com.
That easy, man. That easy.
Yeah. My son, you know, it's probably not completely up to date. It's close within the last year.
Okay.
And my son has done that for me.
Awesome.
And I have to update it. There are some films that are not on there, but take a look at it.
DonScribner.com. DonScribner.com. Man, thank you so much for coming on the show. You have no idea what it meant to me. It really did.
Well, I'm happy about that.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
Let's talk soon, all right?
Yeah. I hope so.
I appreciate you, brother.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Congratulations on surviving, going through chemo and still working. And I love hearing about someone surviving.
You know, I wish I did quarter of the films he's done. You know what I mean? To be able to survive in LA, survive cancer, survive like all the highs and lows of being in our industry, and still loving it, still wanting to do it, still bringing something to the table. He is iconic to me
on many levels.
On so many levels, and I love his music. You know, I love it because he created it. Like, I'm not a country western guy. You know what I mean? I like some stuff, you know, but I like it because he created it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hate to go back to Alien Armageddon, but like, yeah, he took the time to sit with me to learn the rear naked choke. You know, and I was going to ask him, and we were running out of time. I saw that he did a martial arts film a couple of years after that. I was going to wonder if he learned, he choked it, if he's out there choking other people. But again, check out the website, Retro Radio Live. Go to donscribner.com, and don't forget about the Sopranos sit-down thing with Danny Provenzano and the Three Sopranos. And, you know, we got Erik coming on the show next week to talk about it. So we're going to take you out with some Oak Ridge Boys. I'm Erik Danger 9 Heist.
I'm the Jackhammer.
And we'll see you on Friday with Gabrielle talking about his book From the Days of Punk, Lower East Side in New York City, Hilly Kristal and the History of CBGBs, and we are outie.
Bye.
Easy to discover the best podcast for whatever you're into, and I mean whatever. From true crime to history, comedy to food, and dozens of other topics. In fact, there's over 25,000 podcasts. But don't get overwhelmed, it's cool. iHeartRadio makes it easy to browse and find the ones perfect for you. And listening is always free. Even if you want to download them to your phone so you can listen offline, like on a plane. If you're going to take the podcast plunge, let iHeartRadio be your podcast player.